Hello everyone, Chocolo Roberto for another video review. I almost don't need to bring this any closer, but this is basically, well, I'll have to read it, M&S, milk chocolate covered pretzels and popping candy popcorn. So, yeah, for those of you who don't know, M&S is a British, I think mainly in Britain anyway, well, retailer I guess. They sell all sorts, but they have a sort of dedicated shop that sells groceries and things like this, sort of a bit more of a high-end food shop basically that they have. So they have like a clothes shop and other stuff that you can do and things, but they have like these little outlets that sell groceries and goods and things like this, food. So a bit more of a high-end place than some other places. And I was stumbling by and I noticed a couple of things they sold which look quite nice. And this one is milk chocolate covered pretzels and popping candy popcorn. So a bit unusual. So as you can see, it's not really something I've seen before. An odd combination. So seems to basically have sort of chocolate covered pretzels, but also these sort of, you can see there, these chocolate covered popcorn pieces with popping candy in. So yeah, something a bit different. So a bit of a strange design on the thing. I don't quite know what's going on there. Yeah. I don't know. It's a nice design. I've literally no idea what it's meant to be. Obviously a load of cogs and machinery, but the relevance of that I don't know. But you can see perhaps this pretzel's somehow come out of there or is being held in place by these two contraptions, I don't know. The popping candy popcorn seems to be above this thing. Who knows? Maybe they just needed some design and they got some clip art from Microsoft and stuck it on the front. Maybe it's something like that. But yes, something it says they're made with British stuff there, so if that's important to you, it's on the back. Yeah, made of our exclusive British milk chocolate recipe, whatever that means. It means their recipe. I don't know why it's British, but there you go. Maybe it's British ingredients. Who knows? Suitable for vegetarians, it says, but yeah, let's have a look. So it's a 120 gram bar, so it's giving you the ingredients per 100 grams, so you basically need to add a fifth on top of it. So hello there guys, a quick amendment. Basically my maths was ridiculous before when doing this, so I've just added this little bit at the start, or wherever I decided to add this in, but probably at the start. Just to say, yeah, what I did was when I'm working out the nutritional information, rather than give you a fifth, 20% extra, I gave you 5% extra. So I got my fractions and percentages mixed up or something like that. I have no idea. It's early on a Sunday. What can I say? I should be in bed. Yeah. So I'll just give you it again, just to avoid any confusion. Anyway, but the gist of it was that the bag is 120 grams, and it gives you the calories per 100 grams. So you need to add a fifth on, basically 20%. And I basically added 5% on. I halved 10% rather than doubling it, which is what I should have done. So a bit of a schoolboy error there, but what can I say? I do apologise, but here we go. So yeah, so basically, the calories, it's 494 calories per 100 grams. So basically, that's an extra 100, pretty much, an extra 49 times 2 for 20%, so 10% is 49. So just checking it out. I'm definitely doing it right this time. Yeah, so it's basically 58 calories extra. So you're talking. So as I say, you'll have to watch that. I'm not doing any more mistakes. So 58 added to 194. So if we had so it's basically 540. 552 I think is the gist of it. So 552 calories per bag. The fat, so there's 22.4 grams of fat. So again, so 10% of that is roughly 2.24. So that times it by 2 is 4.48. So let's just say 4.5. So adding 4.5 onto that. So it's 26.9 grams of fat. Onto that, and of which saturates 13.2 of which is saturates. So again, 1.3 is basically 10%. So we're adding 2 points. So times it by 2, 2.6 So 15, basically roughly 15.8 grams of saturated fat in this bag. Okay, so I hope that's as clear as mud. Yeah, I do apologise for the confusion there, but you know, I've added it on, so hopefully you'll let me get away with it. You probably don't care either way, because chocolate's chocolate, let's face it. But you know, I have to, you know, I made a mistake, so I have to sort that out. It might just be that I spliced this into the original video and removed the other bits. I'll see how I can do it really. So if I've done that, you won't have seen any mistakes at all, and I should have kept my mouth shut. But you might notice the fact that the top's been removed, so maybe I should have filmed it like that. Okay guys, right, well, onwards to the video in one way or another. Yeah, so it's quite high in calories, but it is a biggish bag, but as is often the case, look, it's not exactly full. I guess it does move around. I think this is often the case with these, but you could quite easily get all this into a little pouch at the bottom there. So, you know, don't know if that's fair or not, but there you go. Okay, so it's got like a resealable bag, so it has like a sort of, you know, one of those where you can sort of squeeze it together and it stays intact. That's quite nice. So I'll give it an open. It says tear here. I thought it said start here, which would be quite good, but it says tear. So I'll give it a tear. Okay. So it's sealed, of course. Let's try and get into it. If I can. Open it this way. Oh, there we go. Does have a reseal. I'm sure it said it was a resealable bag. I don't know if I broke it. I'm not sure. I don't think I have. Yeah, it's sort of strange. I've never seen this before actually. It's like a sort of Velcro. See this this strip here? You see that? Can't quite put this strip. There's one on either side. It works a bit like, it's basically like Velcro. So you do it and see, that's quite clever. Yeah. Velcro sealing chocolates, there you go. So what I'll do is, I don't know if I will pour them out. I think it might be a bit excessive to, no, go on, what the heck. Right, so there we go. So I've poured, this is everything in the thing, so quite a lot in there, I guess you'd say. Not bad. So you can see, just for this, the pretzels, these semi-small pieces, they're quite small. You've got reasonably big popcorn chunks, so there's a bit of a big size, proper size popcorn there, I think you'd say. Let's move that to one side. Yeah, so let's have a look. So I've got my trusty knife. So here you go. So you can see already, it's basically pretzel on the inside. Yeah, so just pretzel covered in chocolate, which is what it said it was. And the popcorn is popcorn with popping candy. Now I don't know where the popping candy is, where it's in the popcorn and the chocolate. But here you go. So you can see, so it's quite thick chocolate on the popcorn, which is good. It's not overly thick on the pretzels, but it's probably fair enough. Yeah. Okay. So right, I'll try one of the pretzels first. Yeah, it's a chocolate covered pretzel. Yeah, it's literally, you get a bit of a chocolate taste, but it's mainly a pretzel. It's nice. Yeah, it's nice. I feel like there's no flavour into the pretzel. It's not got salty flavour on it or anything. It's a plain pretzel. You get a bit of a chocolate. There's not loads of chocolate on it, but you get enough just for that little side taste. Has a typical pretzel taste, which is a bit salty, but there's no added salt, or there's no added flavour to the pretzel. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Okay, so let's try one of the popcorn pieces. Getting the bit more substance to this. I'm chewing it for a lot longer. Lots of getting the popping candy as well. Not a massive flavouring again to this. You know, it's quite plain popcorn. I don't think it's been added any flavour. The chocolate's reasonable. It's thick and you can taste it, but it's not. I'm getting a lot of popping in my mouth now. So yeah, I think it's in the chocolate actually. I don't think it's, well, which makes sense. I don't think it's anywhere near the popcorn. I'll just taste a bit of chocolate off this one. Yeah. Yeah. I'm quite sure it's in the chocolate. I'm not sure. I'm sure they've not done anything to the popcorn, which makes sense because I don't know how you could add, or why you would try and add the popping candy to the popcorn over the chocolate. Crazy. So yeah. So not bad really. Just plain popcorn and plain pretzel, as plain as pretzel can be, with chocolate added on. So the chocolate's not too bad. Not blown away by the chocolate. I mean, it's not cheap tasting chocolate by any means, but it doesn't really taste of anything special. It doesn't taste any better than, it's not as nice as Cadbury's chocolate or anything like that. I'll try both at once because I imagine this is the flavour combination you like, so let's have a see. It's quite nice both at once. You get a bit of the multitude of flavours, so you got this nice salty pretzel taste, and the popping candy kicks in. You got the chewy popcorn in there as well, and crunchy popcorn. It's quite nice. It's a nice flavour sensation, really. Or texture sensation, rather, I should say. Yeah, I don't mind it really. But I would say, well, I won't go into that yet. Yeah, I would say it's not too bad. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not blown away by this really. It's more of a novelty, something to. It's perhaps something you would have in the cinema, I think. You know, just to, you know, something while you're watching something. I don't think you're really there to appreciate the taste of this. It's just something to have while you're. It's just a little snack, you know, just something finger food for while you're watching a film or something. I think, and I think that's probably a bit of a bias because me saying that because it's just got popcorn in. But you know, I'm just looking at this now. And what I would say, I mean, I think I've had 2 popcorn pieces, haven't I? I mean, you know, I mean, look at the ratio here. I've had 2 popcorn pieces. I don't think I've had more than that. Well, look, it's all pretzel. You know, there's 1, 2, and there's one. I mean, this is a small one. I mean, so we'll still count. Well, I don't think you can count it. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 popcorn pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The 2 I've eaten, and all this. You know, there's loads of these. I mean, it's if you're gonna have 1 of each at the same time, well, you would have, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that. So, you know, you've got like a ratio of 3 to 1, pretty much, of the pretzel pieces, which is, you know, yeah, a bit ridiculous, really. I think. You know, yeah, why is that? You know, I don't think popcorn's particularly expensive to produce. So, you know, yeah, a bit of a shame that really, especially when there's all that space in the bag. I don't know, I think that's very disappointing. Yeah, very disappointing indeed. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's about 12 there. One of them's a bit broken. 12. I've had 2 myself, haven't I? So you can clearly see there's probably about another 24 here. I don't think there's any point me counting it particularly, but yeah. So you know, it's clearly a ratio of about 3 to 1 over the popcorn. So a bit disappointing. Bit of a novelty this really, but I don't think I can overly recommend it really. I think these are okay, but I'd probably prefer the chocolate covered pretzels that Cadbury do. I think they're still doing them in a pack, and these are all right. But if you know, these are nicer than say any of the other popcorn things I've tasted. The Galaxy Duet with popcorn, it wasn't very good, and the Carl Phaser popcorn, you know, wasn't as good as these. I don't think because this is proper fully, what you would call popcorn. The Phaser one was just like a sort of slightly expanded grain of, corn kernel. But there's not enough of them. So if you had a bag of these, I think that would be a bit more of a novelty and nice. But there's only 12 in there, whatever, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You don't really get these at all. So you basically got a bag of these really at the end of the day. So yes, I think probably a 2 out of 5 for me for this. I think the flavours are not anything special. The novelty is quite good, but you just don't get the ratio's all wrong. You should have half and half at least. Especially when these are the major bits, the popping candy and the popcorn, chocolate covered popcorn is a bit rarer than these, and this doesn't really taste overly so of anything other than pretzel. There's a bit of chocolate there, but yeah, so a bit disappointed. 2 out of 5 for me. Yeah. So M&S, sort of, as you say, a bit more of an upmarket place, but I think this isn't really anything, a good way of showcasing their presumably higher quality sweet refectionery centre. Anyway, okay, yeah, 2 out of 5. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe, like my videos, all this, that and the other. Get in touch, follow me on Twitter, all that stuff. Okay, take care everyone. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. See ya.